Well, hello, guys. Welcome to Unity Radio 97.9 FM, which is Community Connection. My name is Susanity Life. I am the host here at the Susanity Life show and super excited to be here for a couple of reasons. One, I have an awesome producer, Oscar, I'm just so grateful for him. And two, I have this awesome station that I can come and talk to, be real with you guys, right? And three, I'm excited because I'm changing my time. If you didn't notice, I am usually on 3 to 4 on Tuesdays. Prior to that, I was on 4 to 5 on Tuesdays, but now I'm able to come on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. And I'm excited for that for many reasons. One, because 5 o'clock I think is a great time because people are driving in their car and they're listening to the radio at that time. Also, because my show is predominantly about bringing people on as guests to join me, it will give me more of an open window to be able to bring more people in because most people work till 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? So I thought that might open up some things too. And then just to be able to do something a little bit different because life is sometimes mundane, right? Life is sometimes the same thing every day, all the time. You go to work, you get up, you get to be to work 9 to 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever time you go to work. And then you work your 8 hours, you have a half an hour break, and then half an hour lunch, and then you go back to work, right? The same is all the time. And sometimes we need like a little bit of a shift, right? And I think that that's going to be good for me. The show today is going to be about a few things. I'm going to pull a few cards, of course, like I always do when I'm by myself. Um, but there's something I want to talk about because it's been really weighing on me. And I don't know about you right now, but there's definitely a shift going on. And if you guys understand that, a shift is when there's an energy exchange someplace, right? So an energy exchange, it could be a different partner, it could be a different job, it could be the environment's changing, it could be anything. But an energy shift is huge, right? When there's a full moon, there's an energy shift. When there planets are aligning in different ways, there's an energy shift. That's why and there's a huge energy shift during this winter because it's cold and it's dark earlier. And in the fall, even when it's cold and it's dark earlier, in the spring, it kind of like lightens everybody up. And in the summer, you get even lighter because you got that amazing feeling of sunshine, right? And sunshine is pure vitamin D at its whole, right? And that's really where I love to be. And that's why I'm not quite sure if I'm going to stay forever in a state like this now that my kids are grown and they're finding their life and they're finding their path and things. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I love the sunshine, and because I feel good in the sunshine, it makes me feel good. That's why I think a lot of people move to Florida, right? But some things have been coming to my attention, and I brought them up before, but I want to bring up again because I'm wondering how many people that are watching or listening or that know somebody that they can share this with to discuss something that's really weighing on me. And what it is TBIs, traumatic brain injury. So, for those of you that don't know, when you have a traumatic brain injury, it alters every single thing about you. The way you think, the way you act, the way you feel, everything. And it is a trauma, and most people can heal from trauma, absolutely. But when you have a traumatic brain injury, a subdural hematoma, a brain bleed, whatever it is, it affects you physically in a way that can't be fixed. Because when you struggle with that, it means that your brain has done a complete altercational shift that changes you as a human, right? I struggle with that still. And it's been 10 years now since my accident. And I know other people that struggle with the same exact thing. I've met a few this weekend. I met a few years ago. I meet tons of them coming to my clinic. My clinic at Susanity in Sturbridge is a healing place. It's where somebody can go and release those things that are holding them back from their true, authentic essence, from who they are. knowing who you are is the biggest part of this journey you'll have to ever partake in, right? And traumatic brain injury is one of those things that I struggle with every day from the minute I go to bed to the minute I get up, to the minute I get in the car, the minute I get a phone call. People that know me for 35 years, because I have true friends that have known me for 35 years, they understand that part of me. Do they often make me feel bad about it? Sometimes. It's supposed to be funny, right? It may not be funny. It is funny. I don't really know. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's not funny. But my true friends, the one that know me, they accept the fact that sometimes I forget things. Sometimes I'm late for things because I forget things. Sometimes I don't think the way that most people do because my brain was thrown on the cement in a motorcycle accident and broken into a million pieces, as was my entire body. But the traumatic brain injury is what I call the invisible dinosaur, right? A dinosaur doesn't exist anymore, right? But yet they did. So it's an invisible pain, an invisible stress, an invisible fear, an invisible unknowing. So if you know somebody that has a traumatic brain injury, please give them some love and some compassion and some deeper understanding, and to know that even though they're not the same, they still have the ability to understand things just in a different way, right? That was something I really want to talk about. So if you know anyone that has a brain injury or a brain bleed or anything that's off with their brain, understand that they might not be the same that they were, but it doesn't mean that they don't need the things the way that they did back then. Does that make any sense? It's a little bit deep today because this is really affecting me, and I think it's because there is a shift, and I'm recalibrating myself and learning things about myself and trying to understand more of the reasons why I make some of the decisions that I do, and knowing that it's not my fault because of my injury, right? I mean, I have other injuries too. I mean, like I have severe pain right now on my lower back on the left because I have a huge screw going across my back. And I think it's my body's rejecting it or something, but because of the way that they put it in during the accident, that's through my SI joint. I don't even know if it can ever be removed. So I struggle with the pain a lot because I don't want to stop doing what I do. I love what I do and I won't stop doing what I do. I do massage, I do therapeutic massage, I do sports massage, I do intuitive massages, I do Swedish, deep tissue, hot stone, cupping. On top of that, I do polarity, which is like the life force of your body. It's earth, air, water, fire, brachial plexus. It's north, south, east, west poles of your body. It's all your chakras. It's all your auras. It's your life force. And Reiki is the same, but different. Reiki is more above the body than inside the body. It's more the energy exchange between two people that to help each other heal each other, right? You can't trespass on anyone's soul as a healer. You can't. And if you do, believe me, you will get I don't want to say a slap, but a nudge, because you can't. It's the same with anyone that passed away. If somebody has passed away, and you're struggling with the fact that they passed away because you haven't heard from them, it's not because they don't want to talk to you. It's because there's something still inside of you that you haven't relinquished or fixed, or something for them to be able to tap into your energy. However, you can relieve all that by just asking for them to come to you, right? Because asking you shall receive. It's one of the biggest things in the Bible, asking you shall receive, right? So I wanted to talk about this first because I want people to understand that you're not alone. In any of your illnesses, you're not alone. There are people out there, including myself, that want to give you guidance and help, right? And I know financially sometimes we struggle, but back to what I talked about a couple weeks ago, if you can get an $8 cup of coffee a week, then you can save $50 to come and have a massage or a session. If you can go out to dinner and buy drinks, then you can do that. If you can go to a bar and drink all night long, spending $7, $8, $10 on a beer or a martini or something like that, then you can find the money to heal yourself. We are all here as vessels, and I believe in God's army. I was saved in 2015 and given the beautiful gift of being able to dance with my father before I came back to this planet because I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing, but I had no idea what I was doing. Right? So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. I got a couple questions here that I'm going to go over with people because I really want people to think. Well, we're going on a break real quick, but I want you to think about three things. What do you fear? What gives you stress? And what gives you love? And then write it down, because we're going to talk a little bit about that stuff too. So my name is Susan Ouellette. I am the host here at the Susanity Life show on Unity Radio 97.9 FM with Community Connection, and the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. It's a holistic health and wellness clinic. And we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Ricky Duran, and you're listening to Unity Radio on 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection.
Are you ready?
Hi, I'm Gary.
And I'm Steve.
And we're the host of Cannabis 101 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM.
Join us and our guests on Thursdays at 3 p.m. as we discuss the cannabis industry in Central Mass with energy, excitement, and passion.
We both take pride in providing you important information about the rapid growing cannabis industry. Support for Cannabis 101 is provided by Cannabis of Worcester on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection.
At KivaCenters.org, we believe every story matters and healing starts with being heard. The Kiva Centers are here to explore the paths of mental health, recovery, and wholeness with you. Visit KivaCenters.org, a statewide leader in peer-led support and recovery services, from Worcester to Western Mass. More information is available at KIVACenters.org. Kiva is lighting the way forward.
Support for Unity Radio 97.9 FM is provided by United Way of Central Mass, aiming to improve the community and break the cycle of poverty, and the Woosocks Foundation, seeking to make dreams come true for families in areas of education, social justice, recreation, and conquering cancer. Unity Radio, Worcester's Community Connection.
What's up, Worcester? It's your boy AG, better known as Angelo Gray, and you're listening to Unity Radio 97.9, Worcester's Community Connection.
Hi there. Welcome back to the Susanity Life show with Susan Ouellette on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. So excited that you're here again. I own a Susanity in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. It's a holistic health and wellness clinic where I do massage, Reiki, polarity. I have gift certificates, and I know Black Friday is coming up, and I do have gift certificates available. So if you're looking for that special gift for someone, you might want to check out my website at susanitylife.com and get that get that person that you love or care for a gift certificate for a massage or a Reiki or polarity or an intuitive coaching session. It will help them, and I love to do it. So yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit more about life, right? And the way that we choose the people that we put in our lives, because we choose it. And we choose for different reasons. We choose because we find that we have a connection with them, Or we choose because we're searching for something inside of us that hasn't been healed yet. Or we choose because we're lonely, fearful, unsure, right? Sometimes the people that we choose in our life are good, and sometimes they're not that great. There is such a thing called energy vampires. There are people that steal your energy, and they do it over and over again until you figure it out. And I was talking to my client about this today because I've gone through a few things over the past couple of weeks that have made me think. And the good thing about when we find people like that is that if they're in your life, they're in your life for a reason. And if they're in your life, they are in your life to teach you a lesson or for you to teach them one, and also for you to grow, right? Think about this. Anytime you've gone through something in your life with another person, what's it done for you? I mean, I'm not going to say it hasn't hurt, because it definitely does hurt. People hurt people, hurt people. Words hurt people. So that's definitely a big part of that. But it goes deeper than that sometimes. If you have people in your life that are utilizing you and your energy to achieve something for themselves, that's an energy vampire. If they're constantly putting you down and saying things that are making you rethink who you are as a human being, that's an energy vampire. If you've ever dated or been involved with somebody as a friend or otherwise that continually throws things in your face about your life, then that's a narcissist. And that's someone that has no idea who they are, nor do they know how to heal themselves, because they haven't really looked outside of themselves, because they believe that they're the end all be all God, right? So that's something you need to be prepared to understand too, right? So energy vampires are tough because they put on a mask for a long time. A long time. And they use all of your things that have harmed you or hurt you to hurt you even more, over and over and over and over again. Does that sound like familiar? Have you dated someone that has told you stories about themselves that remind you of you? And because they do that, you automatically assume that they're your soulmate, or you have a soul connection with them? Think about that for a minute. If any of this resonates with you, there 100% is a reason. We are on a beautiful shift right now, and it's tough because when you watch the TV and you look at Facebook and you look at TikTok and you look at Instagram and you look at Snap, you look at all these channels, everything that's happening right now is causing us to rethink our purpose, our thoughts about people, right? And causing us to think things that may or may not be true about somebody. Charlie Kirk, who people know and don't know and don't like, was a man who believed in God. Was a man who, when he was in college, actually before that, high school, decided that he wanted to be a vessel for people. Was his ideas always accurate and good? Absolutely not. Are yours? Are mine? Are we always right? Do we all have things that have caused us to doubt, fear, misunderstand? And if you do have those things, are you harmful to somebody else because of it? Because if you are, that's wrong. I found God when I was a kid, and then I lost God. Then I found him again, then I lost him. Then I found him again, then I lost him. Then when my dad died, I ran away from him. Then when I started drinking and doing drugs, I ran away from him. Like every time that I did something wrong to myself, I ran away from the one person that I believe in my heart and soul could help me in every way. Right? And a lot of people believe that and a lot of people don't. And that's okay too. None of that matters. God didn't create his son and sent him here to become a human being, to give us a way to harm people. He did it to give us a way to be healed, to love, to have light, not to have darkness. And darkness is evil, and darkness exists, and darkness comes in every single shape or color, person, place, or thing. So if you're going through something, you need to understand a couple things. One, you need to go deeper inside of yourself and start realizing that you don't have to allow that into your path. Do you know that if you keep your hand straight out and you don't let anyone come past that point, that they cannot touch your energy, but the minute you hug someone, you shake their hand, you are in proximity to them, now they've got your energy. When you're in a relationship with someone and you have an intimate connection with them and you are technically intimate with them, it's the same. You've now gave them more of your energy. So be prepared whose energy you're giving your soul to. Right? I gave you those 3 words earlier because I've been asking people those 3 questions at the clinic to find out like what they fear, what they're stressed about, and what love means to them. Fear. I couldn't figure out what my fear was. You know what my fear is? My brain injury is my fear. Because I can't sleep because of it. I can't think right because of it. I don't make the right choices sometimes because of it. I'm not myself because of it. I mean, I love who I am now. Don't take that wrong, because I do love who I am. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't go through the motorcycle accident. I didn't go through stuff. But I see things on Facebook, people post, and I go, wow, if that person only had a Reiki session, if that person only came for a massage, if that person only came for polarity, those quotes that people post, the posts that people post about negative stuff or stuff like that. Like, I post positive things and then I post things to wake people up, because that's really why I'm here. But also because it's interesting when you finally figure that stuff out, because it's almost like when you figure that stuff out, that's when people kind of like, they start to do it again and again. And then you realize they're doing it, so you don't deal with it. And then you push them away, or somebody else pushes them away for you, because you're not meant for that. That's not what our souls are meant for on this planet, right? So those 3 words, and I'm going to leave you with this because we're going to be taking a quick break soon. Do you do things for people because you feel you owe them something in return? And if you do, when has the debt been paid? Do you do things for people because you feel you owe them something in return? And if you do, when has the debt been paid? Think about that. And again, don't let the holiday blues get to you. Come to Susanity for a recharge, SusanityLife.com. If you can't make it, think about a gift certificate for someone you care about. Gift certificates are available starting today. I can meet you, or you can come to the clinic. All you do is go onto my SusanityLife.com, send me an email, or look up my number, and you can reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, also on Instagram. If you care and love someone, it definitely would be something really amazing for them. And when do we always think, what can I get this person for Christmas? What do they want for Christmas? And then we buy them a gift, and then we don't know if they're going to like it, right? So a gift certificate is a beautiful thing for that, for someone's hair, for a massage, for dinner, for something that means something, so yeah, so we're going to go on a quick break soon, but I want to go back a little bit. So that's one of the questions I said was, do you do things for people because you owe them something in return? And if you do, when has the debt been paid? So say there's something that someone's done for you. Say they've taken care of your children, or you were sick and they came and they made you a meal, or they've done things over and over and over again. So you continuously feel like you owe them something to pay back the debt. When does that end? When has the debt been paid? Does it get paid? How much a part of you are you going to give away to somebody until you've paid that debt? in a relationship, in a friendship, in a family dynamic. Do you do things because you're living in your past? That's another question. Do you do things because you're living in your past still? And then the last question is, do people only reach out to you out of need? Do people only reach out to you out of need? And if they do, and you don't remember what they told you was their need, do they get mad at you, hurt you, throw it in your face, make you feel bad about it? When has that debt been paid? So those are the questions that I want you to write down if you can and think about, and really do some deep diving into your soul and your inner child to let them know. Because once you start realizing that stuff and you start affirming yourself and you start giving yourself a chance to heal from those things, man, your life will change. I promise you. Again, my name is Susan Ouellette. I am the host here at the Susanity Life Show on Unity Radio, 97.9 FM with Community Connection. Super grateful to be here with you guys, and the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge, and we'll be right back.
Unity Radio. We used to hang out talking, just kicking around. We discovered a love that had never been found. Worcester, we've got you.
Tune in to Affirmations with Alex, and together we will affirm our way to a healthier mindset by listening to empowering messages. Hi, I'm Alex from Affirmations with Alex. Join me every Monday through Thursday at 10 p.m. on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection.
Hey, what's up, Worcester? It is Jacqueline Carr, and I'm inviting you to be inspired with me each weekday morning starting at 5 a.m. with the Jacqueline Carr Show on Unity Radio. I'll get you going with the motivating words, special guests, and the absolute best inspirational music, and a few other surprises. But you got to tune in to Unity Radio every day at 5 a.m. to get your praise on. It's the Jacqueline Carr Show from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. right here on Unity Radio 97.9, Worcester's Community Connection, and also streaming on WUTY.org.
Unity Radio is streaming at WUTY979FM.org. We'd like to thank our listeners and supporters.
TD Bank, America's most convenient bank. TDBank.com. Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare of Worcester. HarvardPilgrim.org. And Wings Over Worcester, WingsOverWorcester.com.
Unity Radio, Worcester's Community Connection. Hi, I'm Ernie Floyd, host of the Unity in the Community Show on Unity Radio 97.9. Join me and my guest as we discuss topics on embracing our diverse cultural communities, the music, the arts, and healthy lifestyles. I'm Ernie Floyd, host of the Unity in the Community Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. on Unity Radio 97.9, Worcester's Community Connection.
You're listening to Unity 97.9 FM, WUTY, Worcester.
Welcome back, guys. Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. I'm going to read something to you. It's the introduction from my first book that I wrote back in 2019 and 2020. Give you a little bit more of idea of me, I think. Or is that chapter 1? That might be chapter 1. 1 second. Let me look at this real quick. All right. I'm going to actually read chapter 1. I think we all struggle. Oh, this is my book, guys. You can see it's called Messages from Your Inner Child. It is on Amazon, available on Amazon, and I have some too. Okay. I think we all struggle at different times in our lives. Every single one of us can pinpoint to things we can't seem to shake, that we keep tipping over, like a lesson we can't get the hang of. And then there are those other times when it's something really big. It might be something we didn't see coming or something we thought we could handle, and it gets us in a way that changes how we see ourselves, and that changes everything. When we're in the middle of coping with one and another one comes along, that's when things can fall apart. And when we're in that moment, we can't see much of anything. That's exactly when we most need to hear that we're going to make it, that everything is going to be fine. My everyday issue, the one that I could never shake, was all about trying to figure out who to blame for the tragedy that took over my life and made the everyday easy stuff so difficult. My dad was in an accident when I was a year old, and he lived the rest of his life paralyzed in a wheelchair. The day that his life changed was the day that we were robbed of the chance to get to know who he was or might have been. At least, that's how I thought of it growing up. The only thing I knew was how it felt to be robbed of the chance to walk and run and laugh and dance the way I thought all the other dads and daughters did. Normal was what we did every day to manage the burden of his tragedy. There were so many times I just wanted it all to go away, so I didn't have to think about the suffering and have the normal kind of day I thought everyone else got to have. I escaped my reality by running away from sensible me, taking crazy risks and acting silly the way I thought other kids got to be when no one had to depend on them to take care of a grown-up. I think of the times like this as my forgetting it, getting it moments, because there's always a learning curve somewhere, and it always comes at a price. So what did I say a minute ago? Do you do things for people because you feel you owe them something in return? And if you do, when has the debt been paid? Like the time when it was hot outside and I decided to go for a bike ride. Instead of wearing my helmet, I put on a silly hat. And when I hit a big pothole and the bike and I went flying, I landed on my head. When I saw that my head was bleeding, I thought, why did I do this to myself? Why did I forget to look after me and wear the right fitting helmet? What in the world was I thinking? And then I heard a kind of a voice somewhere in the back of my head quietly speak to me. We just wanted to be free. I didn't quite know what to think, but the next day, when I got back on my bike, I put my helmet on the way I was supposed to. I mean, I wanted to be free, but not at any price, right? The last thing I wanted to do in the world was hit another pothole and bump my head again. Maybe that's how I came to see the life is about figuring out lessons. We go through hard times, crazy times, fun times, and times when we want to call it quits. If we're not paying attention, if the thing we're thinking about is finding a way to run away, we can get hurt over and over and over again. And sometimes it hurts a lot. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could simply say, okay, I forgot for a minute, a second, a moment, but it's okay because now I'm getting it. Now, how do I get rid of this crazy mess? Wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to learn our lessons the hard way? If we could just swallow a spoonful of sugar. Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Or reach the end of our favorite movie and hear, you had the power all along, like the Wizard of Oz. Right? Which was totally different than what they made it out to be. Wouldn't it be amazing if we were willing to pay attention to the little voice that keeps trying to tell us why we're doing the things we do and why the lessons we learn are important? Paying attention to that little voice is definitely the way that we start the healing. For me, it was writing, and it still is writing. It was music. It was friendships. It was family. It was love. But it was always something outside of me. I always let other people decide for me who I was before my accident and after. Now I don't do that. But look how long it took. Over 50 years to figure it out. Yeah. So if you're younger than me and you are figuring out your life and you question yourself every day, even at your age, please find a way to be healed. Whether it's a Susanity or someplace else, it's important. Please talk to your inner child and let your inner child know that you love it, her, him, they, them. Life is hard, and what we go through is even harder. And right now we have Thanksgiving coming up, and people have lost people recently, and people are sick, and there's so much going on. And Thanksgiving is a time of thanks, right? So be thankful for the lessons that you've learned. Be thankful the people that are in your life. Be thankful the ones that were in your life. Be grateful, but be grateful for the person that gave that all to you too. For me, that's God. It always has been, and it always will be. Holy Spirit, God, the angels, my dad, my family that have passed, they saved my life that day. They saved my life that day. And I will never forget it. Being able to dance with my father was the one thing I asked God for every day since I was a kid. And finally, he gave that to me. Those things can be provided to you at Susanity if you're ready. If you want to be your own testimonial, come. Buy a gift certificate for someone. Let them feel the feels. Feel the feels, right? My motorcycle accident was very hard. It put me in a wheelchair for 4 months. My brain injury obviously still affects me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it. Healing from all the injuries, physically, mentally, and emotionally, has definitely been a road less traveled. But it's given me a chance to find myself for the first time ever. It's given me somebody really amazing in my life that understands me and wants to understand me more, and gives me a chance to be able to be with someone that wants to be understood, that doesn't judge, or make me feel bad about anything. A gift beyond measure that I'm so grateful for every day. My friend, one who had a birthday yesterday, I feel the same. She's amazing. I'm grateful for her. She's never judged me or made me feel bad about myself or made me feel vulnerable or afraid. Her birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Amy. My other friends that have been my friends in my life for 35 plus years are amazing people who definitely wake me up at different times, but I need it. And all my new people in my life that I've been friends with for, 10 years, 15 years, some 20 years. The dad of my kids, stuff like that. My children are my reason I live. And everyone else that's ever found me at Susanity or in life or at the radio or at the readings that I did or at Hadwick Winery or anything. So we have one more segment. I'm going to pull a few cards, but I wanted to kind of cross that path with you guys because I feel like this is a message that everybody needs to hear. I'm going to remind you again that my radio next week will be at 5:00 on Wednesday. So if you know anyone that wants to be a part of Unity Radio and put a message out there or talk about their business, we are here for that. My name is Susan Ouellette. I am the radio host here at Susanity Life Show on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection, and we'll be right back.
Telephone man, there's something wrong with my line. What's up, Worcester? I'm Angela Gray, and you're listening to Unity Radio 97.9, Worcester's Community Connection. When I dial my baby's number, I get a click every time.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Graham Anderson, also known as Positively Suzanne, host of Black in Business, Thursdays at 5 p.m. on Unity Radio 97.9. Black in Business is a series of conversations with influential members of the Black business community. These entrepreneurs knows what it means to risk everything to create successful businesses and spark positive changes in the community. So join us. Again, I'm Suzanne Graham Anderson, also known as Positively Suzanne, right here on Black in Business, Thursdays at 5 p.m. on Unity Radio 97.9, Worcester's Community Connection.
Hi, I'm Siobhan Myers, your host on Talking Wellness, presented by the Kiva Centers on Unity Radio 97.9 FM. As a licensed mental health professional and leader in the field, I believe every story matters and healing starts with being heard. Whether you're navigating life's challenges or lifting others through theirs, I'm here to explore the paths of mental health, recovery, and wholeness. Tune into Talking Wellness on Unity Radio 97.9 FM every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for honest conversation and inspiration. This program is sponsored by the Kiva Centers, a statewide leader in peer-led support and recovery services. From Worcester to Western Mass, Kiva is lighting the way forward. Talking Wellness, every voice, every journey. Speak up, be heard, and of course, be well.
Activa la radio y Unity Radio 97.9 FM te invitan a escuchar el bloque latino todos los sábados de 7 de la mañana hasta la 1 de la tarde por los 97.9 FM en la ciudad de Worcester.
You're listening to Unity Radio, Worcester's Community Connection.
Hi, and welcome back to Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. My name is Susan Ouellette. I am the host here at Susanity Life Show. It's awesome. It's a place where people can come and join me as a guest and tell their story. If you're a survivor, I would love to have you on my show because I'm meeting a lot of survivors lately. Someone that survived an accident or a diagnosis or an injury or a breakup or whatever. Any survivor that you are, we are vessels in God's army, and that is absolutely awesome. And I would love to have you on the show. I'm also the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, where wellness meets peace of mind. It's a health and wellness clinic where I do massage, Swedish and sports and deep tissue and all kinds of other stuff, Reiki and polarity. So that's awesome. And I read cards too at my clinic and do intuitive coaching, health and wellness coaching and stuff like that too. But we're going to pull a few cards. Thank you so much for all of my listeners and my viewers. I love you all to pieces. We all do, and we're grateful for you. I'm going to pull a few cards though to get our Thanksgiving week going. And yeah. So these are tarot cards. So I know people don't understand them. I understand them. I use everything I do, every card, every word, every action, every transactional, every emotional thing at the clinic and here is all by the grace of God. I'm grateful every day that he saved my life and so I will never stop. And I've asked him many times if he doesn't want me to do this and he has said, keep going. So I keep going. So that's that. So let's see what comes up. So we're going to do some cards real quick. And I'll do another one of these next month. So just so you know, you guys can call in at 508-304-1152. Not today. We won't have time. But on the show that I do one once a month. I'm probably going to do it the first of the month. More than likely. So next week, probably on the 3rd. So the first cards that popped up, oops, and they all just fell a little bit. So we got to pick these up. Give me 1 second. They're playing games with me, these cards. Maybe they're energy vampires too. Just kidding. We got Ace of Wands and we got the Lovers card, which is really pretty. And Ace of Wands, I love that. I love wands. Wands are about your spiritual vessel. It's about you connecting with your spiritual sense of self, right? Okay, let's see. And the next card that popped up was Justice. And the bottom of the deck is 8 of Cups. So we got Wands, Lovers, Justice, 8 of Cups. We got, which is really cool. These cards are really pretty. I'm going to hold them up so you guys can see. This is Ace of Wands. If you're watching, this is Lovers. And this is Justice. And this is 8 of Cups. So pretty. Oh, and at the bottom of the deck, we have 2 of Swords and the World. We'll pull those 2. Oh, and King of Cups. That's it. I'm not going to pull anymore. I'm sorry. I'm looking at these going, oh my God. All right, let's see. So that one goes there. Then we have this one over here. And then we had 2 of Swords, King of the World, and King of Cups. So these cards all make sense because of this. Again, I'm going to go back to when I first started. For those of you that don't know about energy shifts, about awakenings, about enlightenment, about the soul and how the soul works, look up Alan Watts. He's amazing. He truly is amazing. He has some beautiful videos. I just watched one the other day about how when 2 awakened souls meet, how different it is. I know a few people in my life that have that connection with someone. It's almost like you've known them your whole life. You might have actually known them physically your whole life, but you've known them in your soul your whole life. And then when you connect, it's like this massive explosion of light. It's just unbelievable, right? Anyways, so that's the one thing. So Ace of Wands, the Lovers, and the Justice card came up, I think, for that reason. So if somebody that's watching or listening right now is struggling right now with a spiritual ascension thing, that's when you want to find a healer. You want to find someone that does Reiki, polarity, even massage. If you don't like those things, massage can do very similar things at times, depending on if you're ready and you get permission, because you're ready. If you're listening to me right now, you 100% were drawn to this radio station to hear this message from God, from somebody that passed away, from somebody that, from the angels, if you believe in angels. This is all light. There is no darkness. I don't believe in darkness. I don't like darkness. I don't live in darkness. I just swallowed funny because my throat chakra doesn't like it either. So, anyway, and the Justice card popped up. So if somebody was in a relationship with someone and they just broke up, there's 100% a reason. If they're going through a divorce, that's why they found me, because right now you are in the process of justice. This girl's holding this card with 2 lights though, which is kind of interesting. She's got a big long pole and she's got 2 lights. And wasn't I just talking about you finding the light? So when we find the light as a human being and we're with someone that isn't in the light, that's when we start seeing that they're not in the light. Does that make sense? So you're dating someone, you have a great relationship. All of a sudden you make a change in your life that they're not used to. And you start finding your true authentic self and becoming your true authentic self. Because let's face it, most people, when we meet someone, we put a blindfold on, we pretend to be something that we're not a lot. Some do, some don't. Some learn the lesson so they don't have to do that. They want to be accepted for who they are and they just choose to be themselves. But some people don't. You think that you have to dress the way they want you to, or act the way they want you to, or wear something they want you to, or talk the way they want you to, or go someplace they want you to. If you don't like sports, you go to a sports game. If you don't like Chinese food, you go have it. You don't like sushi, you're going to try it. Right? You're going to try things, but try them for yourself. Don't try them because somebody else wants you to. Like, take initiation for yourself. Initiate yourself into your soul. Don't give anyone else permission to touch your soul. No thanks. The next cards are Two of Swords, and this is this girl with a blindfold on, funny enough, and I just said that. And she's holding her sword up, and she's pointing it at someone or something. The World card is the grass and flowers and joy and love and peace. That card came up. And then King of Cups popped up too. And this is the king. This is the King of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is right next to it. So that's love and hope and joy and peace. These cards are a message for someone that wants to hear it. I also am feeling that somebody is listening, it's going to sound like kind of wacky, but somebody listening last Thursday just lost somebody at some point for something. I don't know if it was cancer, but it was definitely an illness. Or they know somebody that just lost someone last Thursday. Yeah. That's it. So these cards, though, are going to give you some insight into your purpose, your presence, who you are. But the only person that can do that, honestly, is you. You can't find yourself in somebody else. Sorry, but you can't. Not in a relationship, not in a friend, not in a family member, not in a job. You can't find yourself in anyone else until you find yourself within yourself. You have to remember how truly gifted and amazing that you are. How loved you are. How much wisdom that you have inside of your soul. We all make poor choices in relationships with people. We all make poor choices when we take a drink. We all make poor choices when we smoke weed or do drugs. Here's the thing about that. If you're doing any of that, it's because there's something inside of you that needs to be healed. Choose you. Choose to heal yourself. Find someone that wants to help you do that. Susanity in Sturbridge is for that reason. It was created 5 years ago for that reason. I wrote my 5 books before that. No, 4, 5, 6 years ago for that reason. I talk to people on the phone for that reason. I do cards for that reason. I go to church for that reason. Well, because I like it too. I enjoy the feeling I get when I go. I haven't gone in a little time because I've gone through some stuff, but that's all right. So my name is Susan Ouellette. I am the host here at Susanity Life show on Unity Radio 97.9 FM with Community Connection. I'm also the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. If you want to know more about me, just look at my website. I'm an open book, susanitylife.com. I'm on Facebook too, Susan T. Ouellette. I'm on YouTube, Susan T. Ouellette, Instagram, TikTok, Susan T. Ouellette. I have gift certificates available. So if you know someone that wants a gift certificate or you can't think of what to get them, please reach out to me on my website. Ask me. I can meet you someplace. I'm going to be at the clinic tomorrow, Friday, probably be there Saturday if you want to buy a gift certificate. It's right on Main Street in Sturbridge, Mass. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and wish you guys so much joy, so much hope, and so much peace at this Thanksgiving holiday. Be present during Thanksgiving and remember that you are important and that you matter. I love you guys so much. We all do here at Unity Radio. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll see you next Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Peace out, my friends.